Hello, and welcome to the We Get to Do This podcast. My name is Kaylee,
And I'm Jacob.
and we are your co-hosts.
In this show, we're going to dive into all things our lives, from our partnership to romance to entrepreneurship to growing our businesses together, our fitness journeys, and we're going to have a ton of different guests on that relate to what I just said in some way. We're hoping you enjoy the show, and if you do,
Please feel free to follow us, leave us a 5-star review on wherever you listen to your podcasts, and enjoy.
and if you don't like the show, tough. Thank you.
Thanks. Episode 69.
Huh.
Get it?
Good.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the We Get to Do This podcast. I feel like you and I have not sat down on the mic for a little bit, so this is actually really exciting. Because after we don't do it for a while, then I start to kind of miss it.
Yeah, and as you know, the pod's taken off. So Kaylee and I, we've just been doing all these shows, traveling the nation.
We've been on tour.
So it's good to be home for a little bit. And yeah, if you haven't heard any of that, they're all in the pod too. So just go back and listen. We got live from, Dallas, Tokyo, Harris. Yeah. And everyone flew us out too.
Yeah.
So we got to travel all those places for free.
It's hard to keep track of all of them these days.
Yeah, it really is. So it's Black Friday week. Thanksgiving week.
Thanksgiving week. Skip Thanksgiving straight to Black Friday.
It's Thanksgiving week. And last year, for episode 19, we had an episode that was called Attitude of Gratitude. And that wasn't intentional. We just did an episode that week. And that was actually, we both went and re-listened to it because we wanted to do something similar this week for that. And that was actually recorded after Thanksgiving. So we're already on top of it because we're like the day before Thanksgiving. So
we're awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, but can we pause? That was episode 19, and we're on 69 right now. Let's just be grateful for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's something we can sit in. Just be happy for that.
It's crazy. If you go back and listen to that episode, though, I do apologize because it turns out I ranted about Taylor Swift for the first 10 minutes. Sorry, not sorry. Do I regret it?
Funny.
No. Would I do it again?
Taylor for
no.
that episode.
I actually did say in there, hopefully we don't lose any listeners from this, but
I feel like we did that for a few episodes, though, where we talked about Taylor a lot. Dakota, we talked about Taylor with her.
It was peak Eras tour time because I was going to her last show a week from that episode in Vancouver with my sister. So, which that's wild that the Eras tour has almost been done for a year. You know what? I changed my mind. Let's talk about Taylor. So Travis Kelce, not doing so hot this year, but Taylor. Okay, fine. You don't have to. Sorry. Just kidding. I promise I want to talk about it. But yeah, this time of year, I feel like is just, this time of year specifically is a very good time to wrap up the year and think about everything that's happened, one, and just think about how grateful we are for everything that has happened. And we will be doing, it's fun now that we've done a year's worth of episodes because this is kind of a part 2 of the gratitude. And then we will also be doing our, New Year's reflection and then looking ahead as well. So stay tuned for those because we usually do that more in end of December, beginning of January. But
those are going to be wild.
Yeah.
The end of the year.
Going back and looking at
what we wrote down.
Yeah.
Do you have that stuff written down somewhere still?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, that will be coming later, but I personally, we both really like the gratitude side of things. And, even as we said in episode 19, I don't think there's a day that goes by that we don't reflect on how grateful we are for what we have created, what we have, the community that we've built. And yeah, there's just not a day that goes by that we don't think about that. And it's definitely not something that goes unnoticed. And now looking ahead to this episode 69, just grateful for all of you that have stuck with us for this long, and for the new people that we've picked up along the way. Like it's so cool, and having people come up to us and like talk to us about the episodes now is a very cool spot to be in.
Yeah, I'm excited to see in the new year and now where the pod goes, because like our businesses, we're both doing things that have become normal, but 5 years ago they were dreams, right? And so that in itself is something to be grateful for, like you just said.
2 years ago, it was a dream.
Right. Right. I mean, even a year ago, listening to myself talk about like the business and stuff, it was kind of like, wow. Yeah. It's just a good reminder. You'd have to go listen, I guess, to compare it to yourself. But yeah, just a good reminder of remember where we came from and whatnot. But I think with the pod, we don't have we didn't, from an ego perspective, would we want the pod to blow up? Yeah. That'd be sick. If we could like pay bills and make money off this. Yeah. Like when influencers are like, yeah, I didn't start this for the money or for fame or anything. I'm like, all right. You're telling me that in your head when you started, you weren't like, it'd be really cool if I could get this big. Cause I feel like that's like what everyone wants to do. Right. At the same time though, when we first did start this, part of what we wanted to do was connect our businesses because we are in different spaces, but we were hoping we could find a way to connect them somehow. And I feel like we've done that, and I'm excited to see now where it goes. And we've got some cool. We're able to pay for branding now on the pod for next year, and we're creating a website for it and things like that. So it's just kind of cool to see like this is turning into a business as well. And our business is the first year made nothing, So why would we? Not that we were like trying to make money off the pod in the first year, but why would we expect that the pod makes, right? So it's just kind of cool to now see like this is Kaylee. Kaylee and I both started our businesses on our own, but like this is our baby together.
Well, even thinking about in regards to the pod about our guests.
Yeah.
I remember for the first, 6+ months, we were kind of like, okay, who should we have on? Who do we think would be on? And fast forward to today, this is not me bragging, but it's very cool because now we're having people reach out to us about being on the pod and having to say, granted, this is also a busier time of the year with holidays, but saying like, let's talk in the new year because we kind of have a backup of guests right now.
Which is so
That's so cool.
That's so humbling.
Yeah.
And like we haven't even been able to come on and talk us to because we have guests that we're trying to get out. So even just like actually treating it more like a business in that sense and remembering to like what's the goal of the pod and making sure that we also talk to each other. And yeah, it's
just a very cool place.
It's really cool
to be.
So to kick off the episode, can I share a quote?
Yes. That'd be great.
So I heard this on a podcast, and like a month ago or so is kind of, I feel like part of my dilemma this year has been trying to figure out how to not work and make money.
The American dream.
in this business, because here's my tangent. I'm going to read the quote, I swear. But like, that's I don't know. I feel like that's almost like a normalized thing in our society of like, the goal is to get to a point where you don't have to work so that you're just making money and then not really working much, right? However, when I started my business, I was like, I want to be doing something I love so much that I want to constantly be wanting to do it. That was like the reason that I wanted, like, it was that passion for me specifically. Like, I was like, it's not really about the money, although it'd be cool if I could make enough money to live. And it's more about, I want to make a difference and I want a purpose. And right. And somewhere like this year along the way, it's like, I got influenced by society again to try to start creating my business into this like thing where Jacob doesn't have to work as much and still make the same amount of money. And so I was grappling with that a lot, and I kind of got woken up 2 months, a month ago now or so. And it was from like my mentor, Zach, but then also like this quote I heard on Instagram. and just reminded of like I chose this career. I chose to do this. I love this career. I love what I do. Why am I trying to set it up so I don't have to do it if I love it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't, it didn't make sense. So then I was like, yeah, why am I doing that? And I jumped back into just like being in love with what I do. And now it's been going great again. And I'm like loving working. And
Getting new
so
leads.
did that make sense? 'Cause
Yeah.
you got to see that firsthand,
I get
right?
to see all of it first.
And
Jacob.
yeah, I don't know why I was
I'm just
doing
along for the
that.
ride.
I don't know why I was doing that, but it's been rejuvenating. And my whole point with all of that is that along the way, I heard this quote on Instagram from someone. I don't know who it was. It wasn't me. I'm gonna read it anyways. And it goes, "What a privilege to be tired from the work you once begged the universe for. What a privilege to be overwhelmed by growth you used to dream about. What a privilege to be challenged by a life you created on purpose. And what a privilege to outgrow things you used to settle for." This idea in which we are tired for having done the thing that we once dreamt of doing is a beautiful blessing. And that just like woke me up in like this sense of like just reminding myself of how grateful I am. And then Zach too, basically the one day where he was like we chose to do this. We chose this career and we chose it because we love it. So yeah, that rejuvenated me. Hopefully that quote resonates with someone out there. And if not, then I guess I'm sorry. But um, I figured that was a good way to kind of kick off the pod was by me rambling about some nonsense.
No, I mean, I feel like I resonate with that a lot. And I do feel like it's a lot of society telling us what we should and shouldn't be doing, what we should be aiming for, what our goals should be, what the end point is. And I think for both of us, we've realized that there isn't really an end goal. There's goals that we obviously want to hit along the way, and we want to keep raising that bar. However, the goal is to not just become people that don't have to work ever, because that wouldn't be fulfilling
Right? It's
to
like
us.
creating this idea of and being privileged with this idea that our work is our life and that is actually okay.
Yeah, because I feel like we're in this era of we should just be able to relax and not work so hard and put everything online, and then the job just like runs itself, which is cool. And I'm sure, and these are things that will change as, we have a family and as, we continue to change. But we both like the grind. We like to work. We feel very accomplished by doing it. We get dopamine hits out of doing it. And what we are creating and what we're working for helps others while also helping us. And I just feel like our mission and our values and our goals do have like this bigger picture. And it's something that we believe in. And why not work hard for that and grow then together as well? I don't see it. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think there are seasons that, it's okay to not push as hard. It's not, we need to be pushing 12 months a year, 365 days. Um, but yeah, I think it's being able to find that balance of, I know some people don't like the word balance, but like finding like, okay, I want to work hard, but I also want to have a good relationship with Jacob. And I also want to, be able to see my family and friends, but that doesn't mean I need to have a million friends. And I don't need to fit everything in. And even this summer, I kind of struggled because I didn't go paddleboarding at all. And I only went mountain biking once, but I ran a lot and I love running. And I got to work a lot. I still got to do a lot instead of being, I was working way too hard and I didn't get to do these things. I still had a great summer, and you've helped me a lot with that, and it's that perspective shift of, no, I truly love the things that we're doing right now. And if I hated what we're doing, then yeah, I'd be sad about all the things that I, quote, didn't get to do this year. But it was a great year. We did a ton.
Yeah, this might have been the best year of my life, honestly.
Because of me, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Just kidding.
we got engaged. Like when I think about the year and what I'm most grateful for this year, number one, and it's always you. Like getting engaged was obviously really, really cool, but you in particular are the best thing in the world.
I love you.
And yeah, I think just that commitment level kind of changed things, but kind of didn't at the same time. I don't know. I definitely felt like more in love with you, if that's possible afterwards. I imagine I'll feel more in love with you kind of every day moving forward, ideally. And I'm like getting married too. I don't know. But that was the highlight of the year for me and what I'm most grateful for. Was getting engaged to be and just like really solidifying like what are our goals together as partners not in life and thinking more outside of um like just thinking about everything.
I'm picturing like we both had those fires separately, right? We both are extremely driven, goal oriented. We have these big dreams for ourselves and these little sparks inside of us. And now we've combined both of those. So now it's like this explosive fire, basically, that we're using to then create this dream life
Yeah, y'all are
of
fun.
ours. Watch out. No, like fires and like spark and like this drive. And it's very cool combining both of those and seeing what we want to do together in this life. And I feel like it's a fire that can't be put out between the two of us. And I feel like we're both just very good at supporting each other with what our dreams are, calling each other out when it's necessary, and just like being there for each other. And I'm extremely grateful for that.
What else? Two things that you are grateful for this year. Besides that, we each would do three. That was one of ours.
I mean, one of the first things that comes to mind is just all the opportunities that have popped up this year. And I'm excited to do our New Year's reflection episode too, to kind of actually like look back at everything. But, I mean, just the things that I was invited to speak at, going to the Stride to She running camp at the Berkey Trailhead. And we met so many people and who have now been guests on our episode, on our podcast, and all the people that we met. We're doing a talk at Wild River Running on December 4th. We were reached out to about that to speak together. It's going to be Jacob's and my first
Live, we get to do this talk.
yeah, like outside of recording this pod together. I'm doing the PRG holiday market and tabling at that. Like there's just been a lot of like fun opportunity things that I can't even remember right now. Um, and then obviously getting engaged to you was one of the best days of my life because you did so well. And I was extremely surprised in the best way. You can go back and listen to this episode too because we explained it, but it was just like knowing that we were both like, I knew we were committed to each other before that, but then, like you said, like it changed and just like how loved I felt and my love towards you and just knowing that we get to spend the rest of our life together and then having our families included in that was such a cool day. Um, and then just to be honest, all of our running adventures, and it's all of them. We had a really good year of just fun races. We traveled places to run and we got to go out like on a lot of training runs together. Javelina was so much fun and just like the community that we were with the entire time too. because obviously, if you didn't know, running's a big part of our lives.
A little bit.
But it's because it brings together all of the things that we're passionate about. It helps us with our goals. It helps us with our drive. It's our community. It's where we have fun. It's where we connect with other people. It's where Jacob and I get to spend time together. So, as we've said so many times, like, it's not just about the running, it's about all of the other things. And I think we've just made it's been a very cool way for us to really bring out our entire selves. And running is just kind of that outlet that we've used to do that in our careers, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could go on and on about the gratitude things, but what are yours?
You can say more.
No, go ahead.
People love hearing gratitude. And you're really cute when you smile. So get more.
Well, I want to rewind to the part that you said a little bit ago about how I changed everything for you and how it's me always, but
Is that what I said?
something like that.
And then you also said that you love Taylor just as much.
And then you said you're obsessed with Taylor,
Oh, yeah, that is what I said, right? Yeah.
but not as obsessed with Taylor as you are with me, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so besides Kaylee, friends, family, I think of two things this year. Number one is definitely the Oak Endurance community. And that's us too. And especially as the year went on, it became more and more clear how big of an impact you have had in that this is like probably 70 at this point and 30.
Whatever. It's not true.
But no, for real. And like, again, I'm very grateful for you. And what I love, one of the things I love about us too is that like we're very business, but then we also just love each other. Like we're just best friends, and it's not always just business too. But I've said stuff like this in the past a few times. But when I think about when I was sitting in my parents' basement and was so lonely, all I wanted was community. And I didn't really know what kind of community I wanted. I just know that like I was wired differently in the sense of like, I liked getting up early. I liked chasing very audacious, weird, fucked up goals. I'm a goober. I'm a very strange dude. And I love that about myself now. But I like the lonely factor was just so prevalent, even like through high school and college too. I mean, like there were bits that were less lonely and I chameleoned and whatnot. But when I started my business, I just had this vision of like community, and I didn't know how to put words to it then. And what Oak Endurance has turned into is so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. And I don't sit in that enough and just recognize that like so many people in that community that one trusts me, but like that I get to just hang out with all the time. Like I am so lucky in the sense of like I'm not lonely ever anymore. And I talked about this last year, but there's just not a day that goes by where I don't appreciate that. It's not the fact that I get paid to do what I do is so like crazy to me still. Like, and like that's like financials are an important thing of life for sure. But at the same time, it's like I'm just so grateful for the Oak Endurance community and like people that show up at 6 a.m. and want to hang out with me and drink coffee with me, and people that come at 6 p.m. and want to hang out with me and drink coffee, and everyone in between. I'm grateful for the people that kept showing up when I did a group run back in the day and one freaking person would come, Caleb, or when Anna would show up to group classes and it would be me, you, and Anna. We did that for like weeks. And I'm grateful that like Anna believed in me when it was just me and for a group class. Right. And now I'm grateful that there's 15 people in those group classes and that like we sold out Black Friday and like Yeah, I can't even believe it. It's been such a pinch me, I'm dreaming so much lately that I'm just like, you just never know when it could be gone. And I'm like everything ends. I don't want that community to end, but it changes, right? Every year is different. And, I think back to even of like, back at the PRG days when we would just like do group runs every Wednesday. And there was like this like specific, group of us that every week showed up. And so I try so hard to just sit in, and I miss that, and that's gone. Right. And I try so hard now to sit in like the group settings and all the stuff we do with people and the traveling we get to do to races and all, like, what the heck? Like, so, um, thank you for everyone in that community and for believing in Kaylee and I. And like, we don't take it for granted, and we talk every day about how we can make people's lives better. We're always trying to. So, um, thank you. The other thing with, I'm going to say this without, sure, this might sound cocky, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm very grateful for myself. And I think that, like, without crying, this is like the first year I can like say that. Like, I'm just, yeah,
Proud of you.
yeah. So,
It's pretty cool. We're in a very good spot.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been a good year.
You're
You're
so
crying.
cute.
Don't watch this one on video.
You definitely need to watch it because, one, I blushed earlier with Jacob, and now Jacob's crying. I hope that, I mean, we shared a lot of highlights, right? Because it has been a very good year. And I also want to acknowledge the fact that it has not been a perfect year by any means. There have definitely been plenty of lows and hard points. A lot of grief, a lot of anxiety, a lot of unknowns. And I hope that if you're listening to this episode, that it's not just, oh, Kaylee and Jacob have their lives together and everything's perfect. Or I also hope you don't think that, if you're in a tough season right now, because I've been talking to people every single day who are experiencing tremendous amounts of grief and tremendous amounts of hardships. Um, and I hope you don't just like throw those to the side and be like, well, these are all the things that I do have. So we can just like forget about all of that. Like, this is about acknowledging what we are grateful for, thinking about those things while also keeping in mind that like it's okay to have hard seasons. Like, life is not meant to be joyous 100% of the time. Like, that's not possible. There's light and there's dark. There's the yang, there's the yin. We need a balance of both. And this is us just talking about like the things that we're grateful for, because it does help. And if you are in a hard place, like, it does help to think about the things you are grateful for, the things that you've had in the past, the things you currently have. My friend Jess and I have been doing a gratitude text every day. We're not always perfect with it, but we've been doing this since like March or April. And she's had a pretty tough year. I've also had a lot of things. And sometimes our texts are, today I'm grateful for a roof over my head. Today I'm grateful for clean drinking water. Today I'm grateful for a bed to sleep in. And those are things that we take for granted that some people don't even have. So it doesn't always have to be these like huge things like an engagement or opening a business, or of course those things are amazing and we're grateful for them. But if you are in a hard place, just remembering that it's okay to be grateful for like the small things right now that like are still important and still good things. So I hope that makes sense. But I just want to acknowledge like grief and other emotions are part of it too. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of my grandma Lori passing, and we made Christmas cookies this weekend, and it's so hard. Like, I think Okay, well now I'm gonna cry. um Sorry. I can never talk about her without crying. Um but yeah, I mean I miss her every day, but I'm so grateful for the times I did have with her. And I think about how proud she would be of where we are at now. Even when we got engaged and she wasn't, physically there with us and I couldn't, call her and tell her, but like she's still there. So anyways, yeah. But again, that's life. Like, not to be gruesome, but like the only guarantee in life is we are going to not be here at some point. Like, we all are going to die.
Everything ends.
Everything ends. And I think that's truly why gratitude is so important, to acknowledge like this moment, because this moment is all that we are guaranteed. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't know next week. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 5-10 years. And so that's why I think like having that daily gratitude practice is important. Like, that's like the foundation in step one. So I'm just grateful for what we have today. What's your we get to do this moment? We haven't been able to do one in a while.
No. I feel like the gratitude gets that we get to do this moments
Okay.
for me.
That was a lot of we get to do this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a specific one on it?
No, I'm just grateful for doing this life with you and how far we've made it. And I'm excited for everything that's to come.
Yeah. And I encourage you to think about what you're grateful for while listening to this today. And I also encourage you to ask someone else what they're grateful for. I think that's always fun. And also remember that the holiday season is very tough for a lot of people, like Kaylee just said. So show grace on that and feel your emotions. And
Yeah, be kind to others, because we're all going through stuff and we never know what others are going through. So that includes on the road and in the grocery store when you're waiting in line. Like, you never know what their day is like. So show kindness and gratitude always. Thank you for being here. Episode 69. We get to do this.
bye, y'all.
Bye.
Wow, Kaylee, we made it through another episode. What do you think?
We would love if you would go give us a follow, a 5-star review, and comment on the episode and what you liked and what you'd like to see more of.
See you next time.
We get to do this.